I was I was just on Instagram, and I don't really have a whole lot to do right now. And somebody was asking me about getting back into roping again. So anyway, I'm gonna do a short video today on calf roping basics. All I got here is a log because I'm at my grandma's house. At home I have a dummy, but for calf roping, a log will do just fine for practice if you're not on a horse yet. Putting it together on a horse is a whole nother deal. Still working on that. So right here I got a 9.5 scant rope. Basically, that's just like a good calf rope to start with. It's and also there's like different types of ropes. There's extra soft, medium soft, hard, and things like that. I like this one. It's a striker. They're probably the best in my opinion. So I'll start showing you the basics. So with calf roping, you're going to want just a little bit of a tail, not as much as you would with steer roping. So you get your coils together, and when you want it to go in a little loop, you just kind of snap it. Don't deal with any of the kinks your ropes gives you. It's just going to cause problems when you're trying to feed it. So just make sure it all goes smoothly into little loops. Next, we're going to slide the rope through the eye to give yourself a bigger loop. Every time you go to drop a coil, you have to flip your loop and drop a coil, and then feed it through again. When you feed it, you want to hold the eye and feed like this. That'll help you later when you're on the horse doing it. Right now it's not really a big deal, but it's good to get practice. So you just do that a few times. You usually want to have 3 to 4 coils in your left hand. You always rope righty with roping, even if you're a lefty. I'm going to move this over here so that you guys can see better when I start to rope. So since we're doing calf roping, you're going to want to be on the right side of whatever you're using as your dummy. So I'm going to drop one more coil because it's kind of a small loop. You're going to think the loop's pretty big probably at first if you're new to it. Your arm space, it would be like if you put your arms all the way out. You have to have enough arm space for you to stretch your arms all the way. It's going to help you a lot when you go to swing the rope. So I've seen a lot of people that have it too short when they first start, and then they have all sorts of problems with their arm space. So this is called a spoke. You want to have about the size of the bottom of your arm, like your wrist to your elbow for your spoke to start with. If you're roping farther away, typically you want to have a bigger spoke, but we'll just start out with that. So you always want to have the rope on this side near your coils next to the eye. Never like this, always like that. When you hold your hand on the loop, you're going to point your fingers like this. So you grab your fingers around this and set it right over these 2 strands. See, I still have the eye on that side. I meant the spoke going through the eye on this side. That way you don't mess anything up. It doesn't really matter that much when you first start, but when you try to feed, you're going to need to have the spoke on that side of your eye. So we're going to start off right here. You're going to make sure you keep your hands the same way that I showed you before. When people are first starting, I like to start with teaching them just keeping their hand in the same place, kind of flipping it back and forth, getting used to the feel of the rope because it feels kind of weird. Sometimes your arms get tired really fast when you're first starting because you realize that there's a lot of little muscles in your arms that you don't use very much. So once it seems like they got a pretty good handle on that, you can start swinging your rope. So when you swing your rope, you're going to want to move your whole, I'm trying to do it really in slow motion, but basically when you come around, you want to really move your elbow. A lot of people that don't know a lot about roping say it's all in the wrist, but you're just going to wear your wrist out like that. So you do use your wrist, but you just kind of move your whole arm. So when you swing your rope around, you're going to get that elbow out, and you're going to get what you call the tip down. So you want to get that tip down. Always keep your elbow behind your head and throw from right behind your head. And when you're roping a calf, I rope that on kind of like a steer, because what I did with my slack is what matters on that part. That makes the big difference. So basically, you're going to do the same thing. Just get your rope all set up again. Swing. Don't want to go too fast. I have a bad habit of that. Practice and slowing it down. Helps to practice by stepping into it so you get a good feel for it. Step in, pull, pop it, and then pull again. That's what you do for calf roping. Steer roping is different, and I'll make another video on that because I'm starting to realize that there's a lot of information that goes into just the basics. It helps to have somebody with you that knows what they're doing, but I looked on YouTube when I was first starting to see if I could find some videos like to practice at home and stuff after taking my lessons, just because I need a refresher and to practice again. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Have a nice day.